All right, we are on question 5 for our worksheet for 2.4. So we've got a survey. It says a survey of 100 students. We have it reported that 65 take English, 43 math, 53 chemistry, 28 take English and math, 32 English and chemistry, 33 math and chemistry, and 21 take all 3 of the courses. And then we're asked various questions about different combinations of students. So like how many students take math, but neither chemistry nor English. So as we talked about in our lecture video, we saw that the best way to answer a question like this is to create a Venn diagram. So we're going to draw a nice big Venn diagram over here. And we're going to create different sets for these different classes. So we've got our universal set is the big rectangle. And then we need an English circle. We need a math circle. And we need a chemistry circle. And we're going to fill in every region of this Venn diagram. Now remember, as we fill things in, certain people are overlapping in different regions. So like the people who take English, those 65 people, that's this full circle for English will add up to a total of 65. So we don't want to start there. Instead, we want to start with the overlaps of the pieces that are common to all of them, so that then we can start there and work our way out. So we're going to start in the very, very middle. So we're going to start in this region here. We need to see those are the people who are, notice it's in English and math and in chemistry. It's in all 3. So we need to know who's in all 3. Well, that was 21 people. So we're going to start there in the very middle. And now what we're going to do is we're going to start to work our way outwards, where we're going to keep moving then to regions that also have more overlap. So let's take a look at then like this region. Notice it's a portion of the people who take math and chemistry. So the people who take math and chemistry is this full overlap. There needs to be a total of 33 people in that region. But let's take a look at this idea that as a part of that region, I already counted these 21 people. So notice what we need is we need the total of 33 minus the 21 that we already counted. So what we're left with then is just 12 people total in that region. So we've got a unique number of 12. Those are the people they do take math and chemistry, but they're outside of the English circle, so they don't take English. All right, let's try and do the same thing with our next number. 32 take English and chemistry. So we're looking at the overlap of English and chemistry. But 32, notice, would be the full overlap of English and chemistry. So taking a look at that, then we've got 32 minus that 21. And then when we subtract those, we're left with 11 people in that region. So there's a unique 11 people in this little kind of bullet-shaped region of the diagram. In total, the 11 and the 21 make up the 32 people who take English and chemistry. Moving to our next overlap, we've got English and math. There's 28 who take English and math. But remember, that should be the total of the intersection, and this portion doesn't include the people who took all 3. We already counted the people who took all 3. So 28 minus 21 leaves me with 7. So we've got 7 people there who take only English and math. Now let's work our way out from there. Let's take a look at something like chemistry. A total of 53 people take chemistry, but remember, that would include everyone in the chemistry circle. and we've already counted a bunch of those people. So from the 53, we've already counted 11, we've already counted 21, and we've already counted 12. So we need to figure out who is left. So taking this, we've got 53. We need to take away the 11, the 21, and the 12 that we've already counted. So we're only left with 9 people who take chemistry alone, right? If we add these back up, 9 and 11 and 21 and 12 make a total of 53. But what we've done is we've taken those 53 people and split them into unique regions in the diagram. So let's do the same thing now with, say, math. We've got 43 total who take math. Oops, sorry. 43. And then we need to subtract off the ones we've already counted. We've already counted 7 and 21 and 12. So we need to see who's left. So we've got 43 minus 7 minus 21 and minus 12 leaves me with just 3 people who are only in a math class and not in either of the other 2. All right. Now we've just got English left. Oops. So let's take a look at the number in total who take English. Well, in total for English, there's 65. But we've already counted 11, 21, and 7. So 65 minus 11 minus 21 and minus 7 leaves me with 26. So we have 26 people in this region of the diagram. Again, notice what's happening is 26 with 11, with 21, with 7, all add up to a total of 65. So the entire English circle adds up to 65. Let me just clean up a couple of these extra marks that I've drawn on the Venn diagram, because now what we can do is we can use this Venn diagram to answer our other questions. Because now what we can do is we can look at what we're looking for, what group of people, and we can look for which regions in the diagram satisfy those different things. So like the first one, part A, says how many students take math, but neither chemistry nor English. So notice we want them to be in the math circle, but outside of the chemistry circle, right? They don't take chemistry and they don't take English. So really we want the people who take just math, which is just those 3 people. So we would just read off the region of 3. So only one region satisfied that question. Next one asks how many take math and chemistry, but not English. Now pay attention to the and. And means they have to be in both. It needs to be in the math circle and in the chemistry circle. But we want to be outside of the English circle. So we need to be in math, in chemistry, but outside of English. In math, in chemistry, but outside of English. That leaves just those 12 people. Remember, ands are kind of like an intersection. So it's what's in both things. All right, how many students take English and chemistry, but not math? That's a very similar idea then. We need the overlap of being in the English circle, in the chemistry circle, but not in the math circle. So that would be those 11 people. All right, question part D. It says, how many students take none of these 3 classes? Now, if we remember back to our question that we did before, that would be the people outside of all 3 circles. So it would be the people out here. So we would need to be looking for the total number of people minus all of those numbers. So we need to scroll back up and look for what was the total number of people, which in this question, the total also happens to be 100, but really the total could be given as anything. So our total is a given number that we have to go back up and look for. And then we're going to try to figure out what we need to take away from it. So we really need to do that total of 100. And then we need to subtract off all of these numbers that we've counted. So anything in any of the circles. So we need to subtract off 26, 7, 3. And I'm going to write this a slightly different way than I did on the other one, because sometimes it just helps you to think about it right. We could do like a succession of 100 minus 26 minus 7 minus 3 minus 12 minus 9 minus the 11 and minus the 21. And just double check that you've got the correct numbers and you haven't relisted any of them. So we went kind of 27, 7, 3, 12, 9, 11, and 21. So rather than add them up and subtract the total, you could just subtract them one at a time is all we're doing here. So we could do that in this order. So we could do like 100 minus 26 minus 7 minus 3 minus 12 minus 9 minus 11 and then minus the 21. We're only left with 11 people. So out here in this region, there's 11 people who didn't take any of the classes. All right, last question for this part, or last part for this question. How many students take either chemistry or math? So remember, an either or really says lump those two together. So join them or take the union. So we can be in either the chemistry circle or the math circle. And this question, notice, doesn't say anything about English, so we can be in it or not in it. It doesn't matter. But we're just going to lump together the chemistry and the math circles. So we need to take any number in any of those parts for this last one. So that would be like the 9, the 12, the 3, the 7, the 21, and the 11. So we take either chemistry or math. So we've got 9, 12, 3, 7, 21, and 11. There's 63 people. So this would be 63 people in the joining of those two circles. Now notice, remember that an or means one or the other or both. It's fine to take both chemistry and math for a question like this. So that's that 21 and the 12 are included in this. It doesn't say chemistry or math, but not both, right? That was like the question in the previous, or one of the parts of the previous questions that we did on this worksheet. There was a how many take this or this, but not both. This doesn't have that, but not both. So you always include anything in either circle. So really this is a union. This is chemistry or math is what we would have there. So it would be the union of those two. So the big thing with this one is we had to create our Venn diagram on our own, where we started in the middle and then worked our way out doing subtractions at each step. And then part by part for each question, we had to look at which regions of the diagram fit that question.